Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. It's episode 317 from May the 3rd of the year 2024. Today's a Friday. Today's episode is Artificial versus Natural Reincarnation. Before I start, I want to share a little disclaimer. This is a very difficult topic. And what I'm going to share are my feelings, my intuition as always. But on this topic in particular is so difficult to explain because I think the best analogy I can share with you is like trying to explain you a photograph. That, for starters, is very difficult to put a photograph in words. That's why they say a picture is worth more than 1,000 words because it's so difficult to explain in words. But imagine the photograph is blurry. I don't understand it myself. I cannot see it clearly myself. So all of these are my feelings. I want to clarify as a huge disclaimer. I don't know if this is accurate or not. You decide if there's any resonance, because this is a topic that a lot of people get upset about, in the sense that they feel I'm discrediting religions and whatever religions share about the process of air quotes death, which is when we physically die, we have to go somewhere else, and religions kind of offer the answer. I'm going to say like that. I don't want to say solution, but the answer of where do you go? And it's usually a definitive place, in the sense that we live one time according to religions, and then we go to a place which is actually a good place, heaven, and we are there with our family members that have passed before us and everything. Or we go to hell to pay for our bad deeds during our life. That, I don't know about that. That sounds not very spiritual, or not very part of a creation, benevolent creation at all, that usually gives you chances. So I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. Again, the best metaphor or the best analogy I can use for you is this. I'm trying to share with you through words a blurry picture, a picture which is blurry. So bear with me. I'm going to probably go long on this one. This is not going to be short. We have 2 support videos to watch. So I'm going to, please stay, because I'm going to really give it my best to try to explain this thing. And it's not that I hate artificial reincarnation and I say that natural reincarnation, whatever. I'm just going to explain what I think happens and the options you have. Because you actually have 3 options, okay? And I might be wrong about that. You might have 100 options, but I'm sharing the 3 options that come to me, which is a tainted process, which basically tries to works with your feelings to coming back for a reason. That's artificial reincarnation. A natural process, which is so different, which is natural reincarnation, coming back to this earth or similar realities. And then the beautiful process of ascension of realities, of moving within realities, of moving the vibration level. But on that one, there are some requirements, and basically you have to have the possibility to have that vibration level to access these higher realities, okay? But I'm going to explain everything. Without further ado, we have too much material to see. So let's start with the first video. This is kind of mainstream idea, Buddhist, kind of Hinduism idea of reincarnation, okay? I don't agree with half of it. I'm going to share which parts I don't agree. I don't agree we have to come back to clear deeds. Doesn't work that way in my intuition. I'm going to explain why. It might seem, oh, that sounds beautiful. That sounds so easy, so I can do whatever I want. No. I'm going to explain everything, okay, in the best way I can. So let's watch the first video, and I'll be right back with my thoughts.
Now you may wonder, if this is all true, why don't we know much about karma or reincarnation? Well, there is no absolute need to know about reincarnation to have a successful life here on Earth. We are all given some wonderful tools that tell us how to live our lives on Earth. Most souls incarnate into cultures that have one dominant book of wisdom. That can be the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, and so on. And in all of them, they have the same basic rules of life, and the golden rule that says, don't do unto others what you don't want them to do unto you. They say it in different words, but the meaning is the same. And in the Western world, we also have the 10 Commandments and the Sermon on the Mount. They are straightforward, very simple, not complicated. In a few words, we are advised not to kill, not to lie, not to cheat, not to steal, have no idols, and respect our parents, and help and assist all those less fortunate than we are. But most of all, also to love and honor God, who is in everyone and everything around us. The problem is that we also know about all these basic rules of life prior our incarnation. But once we are here on this earth plane, we easily forget. We are bombarded by so many distractions and temptations that we can easily forget our ideals and the reason why we incarnated. We get lost in our ego, materialism, and selfishness. So once again, we might make new or similar mistake as in the past, and then we are even more trapped in the cycle of reincarnation. But if we live consciously, by the basic rules of life, like the Golden Rule and the Ten Commandments, we can bring our soul into a higher vibration. That means when we die, our soul will then be attracted to a higher level of existence than we were before we incarnated. Eventually, we will no longer need this life and death cycle here on earth and continue our education and our growth of consciousness in the higher realms. Now, some of us may wonder why we usually don't remember any of our previous lifetimes. This is purposely hidden from us because we should live in the here and now, and exact knowledge about our former incarnations would only burden us. Think about it. We may have hundreds of former lives, and many we have done awful things. Now, this knowledge alone would overshadow our decisions in carrying out our daily tasks. Once we understand the dynamics of the law of reincarnation, everything falls into place. Suddenly everything makes sense. Why are some poor, others are rich, some healthy, others sick, why there are wars, and so on. I have always been amazed by the incredible love and perfection that rules our magnificent universe. Naturally, this was only a very short overview, and I hope you are inspired to study more on this incredible subject. Did you know that reincarnation was a fundamental part of the original Christian teachings, and that it was later banned by a Roman emperor?
Okay, I want to clarify. I want to correct myself. I don't agree with 75%. Sorry, I laugh. But it's a good support video on explaining the process of reincarnation. Let's start with what I disagree with. The books. Oh, I get in so much trouble with this one. Do you hate the Bible? Do you hate the Quran? No, I don't hate them. But think about it. Do we need a book for our connection with the creation? No. Not at all. Not at all. It's good that some things were put in a book, but then if the book becomes the guide, if the book becomes the connection, think about it. If the book is manipulated, they are manipulating you because you are submitting yourself to the book. So it's good if you read the Bible. It's good if you read the Quran. If it's good if you read our holy books, okay? It's perfect. But if they control you, that's a different thing. You have your connection to the creation. I'm completely sure about that, okay? You have your own connection to the creation, which loves you completely, fully, beautifully, in a way we cannot even understand, okay? In a level we cannot even understand. So what he then goes to say that the book says you shouldn't kill, you shouldn't do things that you don't like, for example, done to you, that's the law of non-interference, both of them. You shouldn't cheat, love balance. There are these universal laws, okay? We don't need the book. They're what people even call common sense, I think. If you go and hurt someone, something's going to happen. It's not right. No possibilities that's right. If you cheat someone, if you defraud someone, if you kill someone, if you abuse someone, if you do things to others that you yourself don't want them to happen to you, it has to be wrong. Some people even say that's not even universal law, that's pure common sense. So, yes, of course, but we don't need the books for that. Can we agree that our own morality is inside us and through our own connection to the creation and the universe, okay? That's the parts I don't agree. Then he goes and says something that I completely disagree and even upset me a little bit when he says, that's why some people are rich and some people are poor. Just see the people in this world that are the richest. Do you think they are they are ahead of the line in the sense that they're the less confused, they are the ones closest to the light? And if someone is poor, if someone is dying, if someone doesn't have money to eat, like a child dying of hunger in Africa, does that mean that's a reincarnation, punishment? That's what he implied. That's the way I got it. The reincarnation, he said about the justice. No, creation doesn't operate through that means. Oh, you did bad, I'm gonna punish you. Come on. Oh, you did good, I'm gonna reward you. No. You be good because you're a beautiful being created by this beautiful universe that has a beautiful, loving creator. That's it. Don't expect a reward. Don't expect a prize. And you don't do bad. You don't do confused deeds. You don't do deeds that violate the laws of the universe, because exactly that's what you are. You are a beautiful being that respects the laws of the universe as much as you can. That's the reason you are not extorted into saying, hey, I want to be rich, maybe on this life or my next. So let me try to be good, you see, because I'm going to be rewarded, and then I'm going to be, you know, Elon Musk or whatever. And you don't do that, again, because you're afraid that the universe is going to punish me. Punishment is not in the cards, okay? Doesn't operate that way. Totally sure. I'm totally sure. Please trust my intuition on that. But you find your own answer inside you. Please, I'm sorry, I'm gonna rephrase here. Don't trust me. Go and find the answer inside you. Doesn't work that way. Okay. So yes, 75%. But at least we got a primer, we got an explanation of how reincarnation works. That's basically having an existence and coming back to this earth and coming back to this earth. I think what he explained is what is referenced as artificial reincarnation, that we have an experience and then we go through a process that is very judgmental, that we are shown our mistakes. And even if you're Elon Musk, even if you are the King of England, even if you are whoever you think you are, you have made a lot of mistakes in this life, because this reality is like that, okay? We make a lot of mistakes, all of us, okay? So they're gonna find the spots in your life, because they can see everything, of saying, hey, what happened here? So they make you feel a responsibility of coming back and then experience yourself, which is the universe doesn't work that way. Experience yourself so you can learn by the creation of more karma. Your actions created karma, then you're going to experience karma, which is trauma, and karma on others. So the universe is not winning because there's more karma created. So you can learn how's that going to work and how is karma going to end like that. If we learn through karma, we learn through self-judgment. We learn through self-forgiving. We learn through promising to the universe that we understood. Okay, that's a very different process, and that's natural reincarnation. Okay, so let me show you a beautiful video on a person that had what is called an NDE, near-death experience. I know I've been showing a lot of these videos, but some of them are so beautiful because the experience, first of all, I'm totally sure it is like this person is sharing it, because that's the connection to the creation, okay? That's the connection to the creation. Like I had the video on the gentleman Peter, I believe a couple of weeks ago, 10 days ago, or something like that. I'm sorry if I'm not exact. I don't have the information in front of me. It was a couple of weeks ago that he explained how he experienced time all the time at the same time. He experienced the everything. He experienced the connection to the unity, to the oneness. I'm totally sure it was like that, like the way he explained it. Well, this gentleman says it in a little bit different words, but it's basically the same thing. And that's the process. That's a beautiful process. We go through natural reincarnation, which is beautiful. And the process of artificial reincarnation, I don't want to use bad connotation words. Let's just say there's a purpose for that, because whoever is controlling this earth needs you to think through your own free will that you need to come back to this earth again and again and again, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million times. And you think you're gonna eventually evolve when what you're doing is just being confused all the time. If you accept it all the time, you're never gonna clear this confusion, okay? And what they do is they clear your mind, like this person said, so we don't have the burden. Sure, maybe, yes, that's a good part of clearing your memories, conscious memories, by the way, because they are in your unconscious. But they also do it so you don't remember this is the 727th time you have come back to clear karma. So when it's going to end? Never. That's the purpose, because they need us in this reality. We are like the energy that is feeding this reality. That's it. We leave. There's no more energy for this reality. This reality disappears, and this reality serves someone else. Okay. I'm not saying it's awful. Please. I know the earth is beautiful in a way. What I'm trying to say is the ultimate goal of whoever is controlling this is using us as the battery, as the energy, as the motor of this reality. So they need us to come back willingly. It cannot be forced, willingly, even through deception. That's what I share many times. They control us in life and in death. That's what I mean. That they deceive us in life and they deceive us in death if we allow it. So I'm not saying because you watch the video, you're going to go through natural reincarnation the next time, or even an reality ascension, which is another possibility. I'm just going to share this because this is my intuition, and you decide. You decide in you if the next time you transcend, which is what is referenced in this reality as dying, physically dying. I hope you remember you have choices, and you go inside you for the answers, and you're going to be fine. If you go inside you for the answers, for the direction, for the compass, you're going to be perfectly fine. Even if it's whatever you decide, you're going to be fine. The problem is the deception, okay? So let's watch this beautiful video and I'll be right back with a slide that explains everything, and it's a good support material. Let's watch it together.
And as I look at the light, it's so bright, I say to myself, this thing should be burning my retinas. This is the brightest thing I could ever imagine. It's like 1,000 suns all exploding at the same time. And then I'm pulled into the tunnel, like by a gentle magnet. And I'm pulled into the tunnel. And as I'm moving into the tunnel, I can feel a breeze on my face. And then at the next moment of no time, I'm now in a giant sphere, in a ball, the size of a basketball coliseum. And I'm hovering in the center of the ball. And next to me, I can't see it, but I know it's there, is the light. And the light and I are talking, not with my mouth, because I don't have a mouth anymore. I don't have eyes, I don't have ears, but I have things that allow me to communicate and to see and to hear. And as I look on the inside of the giant sphere, are countless, maybe thousands, hundreds of thousands of like little TV sets or movie screens. And each one has a specific action that I had taken in one of my many lives. And if and as I looked at one, as soon as I would focus on one, I would immediately, almost magically, be there. And now I was repeating what I was watching, but I was there. The difference is every time I relived one of my life experiences, I relived it in such a fashion that I knew and understood what everyone was thinking and how they were feeling about our interaction. And then all of a sudden, again, in a moment of no time, I pop out of the sphere and I'm in the tunnel now, and I'm getting very close to the light, and the light is in front of me now, and it's like a giant silhouette, like a target in a rifle range. And I was in a Marine, so I understand what that target looks like. And it was kind of like that. There was no gender to it. It was just a light, but it was very loving and warm, and it was pulling me. And as I got close to the light said three things that I could understand. And he said it in English because I could only understand English in my body at that time. And the light said to me, Andy, don't be afraid. Andy, I love you. And Andy, we love you. And when the light said, Andy, we love you, in back of the light, there were billions of other lights, just like me. Holographic pieces of the light. And they all said in one big chorus, Andy, welcome home. And I can tell you, that is the best I've ever felt as I was in existence. It was so wonderful to be home. And at that point, when the billions of other pieces of the light said, Andy, welcome home, I was absorbed into the light. I didn't go into the light. I was absorbed into the light. And it was like if the light was a large glass of water, and if Andy was a teaspoon of sugar, and you put the sugar in the water and spin it around, and then look at it, where's Andy? Everywhere. Where's the light? Everywhere. I became the light. I was not greater than the light. I was not lesser than the light.
Okay, that was excellent. That was great. That I felt it throughout, and it's the second time I watch it, and that's amazing because what I believe this gentleman is talking, what I feel the gentleman is talking, what vibrates inside me in my own resonation is he's talking about joining the unity, the creation, the oneness. And when he said, I love you, we love you, it's the same thing. That's the unity consciousness. That's the group consciousness between that creator and that creation, which is us. We are part of that creation, and we are created by that creator, okay? I know it's a lot of repetition of the word create, but that's it. And everything is true love. It's the only energy that works there. Okay, nothing is deception, nothing is to screw us over, nothing is to extort us, nothing is to judge us, okay? That's why the creator says, you judge yourself and take your time, okay? Take your time to clear your own judgment, to clear your own karma, so you can learn and evolve. That's why he does it. He's not gonna say, I'm superior to you, I know better, so this is all part of the artificial creation, reincarnation, sorry about that. So what I'm trying to explain on this slide, and again, I'm gonna try to do my best effort here, again, is like trying to explain you a blurry photograph, okay? Is that they, of course, try to replicate in the artificial reincarnation the process of natural reincarnation. So yes, there is a tunnel, there is a light, but it's so different. And the gentleman, and most people that have experienced this NDEs near that experiences share, they are drawn to the light, which is different than walking into the light. In artificial reincarnation, they cannot draw you. It's different. You're not going to the oneness. You're not going to unity. You're going to something artificial. So they ask you to come over, and that's when you see this gentleman didn't talk about a religious figure, didn't talk about family members that have passed. He didn't share anything about that. And as we're gonna see, and please watch the left part of your screen. In the artificial reincarnation, you do see a tunnel which is artificial with your preferred religious figure. Again, it could be Jesus Christ. It's not him, okay? It's a resemblance. It's an avatar. It's something artificial. Or the Prophet Muhammad, or the Master Buddha, or whoever you feel, the idol you feel. He must be there to call you by your name. Imagine how important you're going to feel. That Jesus Christ says, hey, Alex, come with me to this tunnel. Of course, 99% are going to fail. Of course, 99% are going to accept that. And they also have their family members inviting you to join them. So if your parents have passed, if one of your parents have passed, if someone that you love very much have passed, if a good friend has passed, they're all there, okay? But they're not real. They are artificial. Because they need to call you. So you, through your own free will, you join that. And you say, why doesn't the creation, why doesn't the unity, why they're not helping me? Because you are doing it, okay? And same as in your life, you do whatever you want. You have the free will, okay? If you want to kill, you're going to kill. The creation is not going to come and stop the weapon or the knife or the gun or whatever, or if you use your bare hands. It's not going to do it, okay? Because you are doing it. You are creating it, okay? You just imagine if creation starts stopping, we all stop. Everything will stop. Everything will come to a halt. Because this beautiful universe is based in the concept that we have free will. That's very important. We're not robots. If we were, then also through religions, they say, yes, because God has a plan for you. No, you have a plan for you. God, the creator, which again, I'm trying to refrain from using the word God, which implies someone you idolize, which implies someone you reverence, you submit to, and the creation is not like that. We're part of it, okay? It's beautiful. It's beautiful in its ways. The creation tells you, you do it. Why you expect me to do it? You do it, okay? So, second bullet, you accept going into this tunnel, thinking you're going to join your family in heaven, thinking you're going to join Jesus Christ in heaven, thinking you're going to heaven. Okay, that has been programmed into you all your life if you think about it. And again, all religions kind of talk of this place that you are going to be much better than in earth. And that's why, yes, out of respect, when people pass, you usually tell others or you hear that they're in a better place. Yes, that's what we like to think. And we are in a better place in a way if we go through natural reincarnation, okay? But, that's the concept, that's the idea. But you're informed of your failures. You have kind of a review, which is so different from the natural reincarnation, because you do have a review in your natural reincarnation, but it's so different, because on this review on artificial reincarnation is through judgment. It's not that they're going to talk bad to you or they're going to tell you're a failure or, you were awful. No. But they're going to say, hey, do you see this one? Do you see that one? Do you see what you did here? Do you see this? Do you see that? So in a way, they're not leaving you an option. You have to come back to repair this. You have to. That's the concept, okay? So then, and by the way, if you're not looking at the screen, this is all in the screen, in the left part of your screen, you're also invited, confused into, because again, they deceive us in life and in death. You are also invited, accepting soul contracts to clear your karma. You're actually perpetuating the karma, trauma, eternal cycle, not as the will of karma. Yes. So basically, in a nutshell, so I don't go very long on this one, because there's so much material still to watch. What they tell you is you have done all of these things bad. You are coming back to experiencing yourself so you can learn. Doesn't work that way. But for you to learn, someone else has to do the karma, okay? The karma is on the being that creates the confused act or the act that basically violates the laws of the universe. So for you to experience it yourself, someone else has to do it to you. This is what they sell you, and usually is the same beings that you did it on the previous lifetime. So it works kind of a justice balancing system. You see how convoluted and confused this is. So basically, you kill someone, that someone maybe is going to come on this next lifetime to kill you. So you understand and you feel the pain and you feel the trauma and you feel, no, I'm gonna share in natural reincarnation how that works. And when I had the episode with Peter, he shared that he felt the pain 1,000 more times. Yes, that's the way that natural reincarnation, natural karma clearing works. He didn't say that he had to come back to Earth to feel the pain. He felt it right there through the review. Okay, you see how different artificial reincarnation is to natural. On the review on artificial, they judge you, they make you feel bad. It's like being a trial. Okay, they tell you need all of these things back. So the way to repair that is you're gonna go back to Earth, reincarnate again, and you're gonna experience it yourself so you can learn. That's all wrong. Okay, that's my intuition. That's all wrong. Doesn't work that way. Finally, you are born in the same family group, your tribe, and follow your contracts and limiting beliefs. Because remember, you made a contract, you accepted a soul contract, basically saying, I'm going to experience this. So whatever you signed, you're probably going to experience. Oh, by the way, you can, if you wish to, because it's a universal gift, that you can break the soul contracts. Yes, you can. So how are they divine? How are they part of the karma clearing process? How are they part of this universal system of karma? They are not. They are deceptions, okay? So when you clear your contract, you say, hey, I had this limiting belief, I had this contract, but I don't want to be part of it anymore. I know better now. And the contract is clear. It's not, some say you have to say it out loud and 21 days consecutively. I cannot guarantee that's the way. I've heard so many different variations of it. I think if you have the right intention, you clear it, okay? It feels that way. That through your intentionality says, I signed this through deception, I signed this through confusion. I don't want it part of my life anymore, and the contract breaks. Okay? It's like having a job and quitting. You know? Saying one day, thanks guys, I'm gonna look for another job. Hey, no, you are not allowed to do that. How I'm not allowed to do that? Okay. You can. That's worldwide. I mean, I know there are contracts, you have yearly contracts or whatever, especially with sports people. Yeah, it's very sad, but they become kind of slaves. They are sometimes forced to fulfill a contract. But of course, works both ways. They can also say, okay, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm not gonna move, so keep me in the bench, keep me whatever, keep me inactive. Some sports, they just don't activate the player until eventually my contract runs out and I'm free, okay? Well, on this one, you can break it anytime you want. So again, if this was real, if this was divine, I will guess that the universe, the creation, the oneness will tell you, hey, it doesn't work that way. You have to fulfill your contract. You cannot break it because it's something divine and it's the only way to clear karma. No, it's not. And that's why you can break it. So completely different but similar process of natural reincarnation. Center of your screen. The process is completely natural. You see a light, you see a tunnel, but it's pure light and love, like this gentleman just explained. Pure light and love. You feel the creation. You feel the creator. You feel the creation. You feel the oneness. You feel, I love you. We love you, like he said. You feel it, okay? You can, and I put parentheses because I'm not sure if that's mandatory or not. Doesn't feel that way, but let's assume it is or something. You can review your life. And as he shared, if he focused on one existence, he probably saw on those screens whatever life he was focusing on, you could feel the pain, like Peter said on the previous video I'm referring to, okay? You feel it. So you clear it through the feeling, through understanding how you created pain, you created trauma. That's the karma. And then you go through the process of understanding, of self-forgiving, and I'm promising, hey, my bad. I'm not gonna do it again. I know it sounds very easy. I know it sounds like a child, 7-year-old, 8-year-old child that, says, hey, dad, I'm not gonna do it again, and he does it the next day. I know it sounds like that, but trust me, it does work. That's the process of the universe. You promise, and that's it. The universe doesn't need anything. You see what you have experienced, and you're always loved, supported, and allowed to self-judge. Yes, you self-clear your own karma. You self-judge yourself. You are your own judge. Not showing you something and something else telling you, you failed here, you failed here, you failed here. That's not self-judgment. That's judgment. of a third party, okay? And that's artificial. Third bullet, you may elect to come back to Earth or to a similar vibrational reality or planet of your choosing to continue your existence. You are not obliged to come back to Earth again and again and again and again. If back on Earth, you're not necessarily joining the same tribe if you go through natural reincarnation, but unfortunately, I don't know the data. It's impossible for me to share a number, but I'm going to assume it's 99% fall for artificial reincarnation. That's why we usually have these experiences through the same family group, which is not necessarily bad. I'm not nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, if it's natural, you return to wherever you return. It's not necessarily to the same family group. No contracts and limiting beliefs. You just are and have free will to elect the course of your next reincarnation. You have a much freer experience when you come back to natural reincarnation. No contracts, no limiting beliefs. You have all your potential intact, okay? Beautiful. That's the natural way. That's beautiful. Reincarnation through natural reincarnation is beautiful. I have no problem with that. That's the natural process, by the way. But then we have another process, which is a natural ascension process. It's a process that, okay, we have these realities that are in that kind of the same level of vibrational frequency. But then we have a point, you have increased your frequency so much that you have the possibility to shift realities and go to a higher reality, okay? That's that right part of your screen. It's a natural process of consciousness ascension. You have the option to join a higher density reality. Sorry about the labels. I know they're so new age and that, but such as the 5D or 7D. I don't think you can go from this 3D reality to 7D in a jump. I think you are supposed to experience the 5D, even if it's only one time. This concept, we have to experience these realities thousands of times. My intuition tells me an immediate no, it's not like that. I'm not saying it's one time. I don't know how many is in this earth, but I know it's not a million times, okay? Just doesn't make any sense at all in my intuition. Third bullet, you can join a reality. This is very important. You can join a reality if you have the vibrational morality level, and I put parentheses because it's a vibration frequency level, an understanding of the laws of the universe, which in a way, that is just extra, because if you have the understanding of the laws of the universe, your vibrational frequency has to be at a certain level, okay? So it's kind of a catch-22 situation. But it's all about morality. Vibrational frequency, I'm totally convinced, is your morality level in a way. So as your morality level goes down, you go to lower realities. And yes, there are lower realities I'm going to show in a future episode, which is almost prepared, almost finished. There are lower realities than the 3D, okay? There's the anti-universe, there's the 1D, and that there are lower realities. So if you're there, it's because really you haven't listened to your own morality. And it's not a punishment, it's just that's the place you're supposed to be, because that's the place your vibrational frequency morality level has to enjoy. If your morality level is so high, it's probably so high for this 3D, you're going to enjoy the 5D, the 7D, and higher realities as you go, okay? So I hope it makes sense. Finally, it has nothing to do with beliefs. Sorry, I made a mistake there. It was with, not with B. It has nothing to do with beliefs, wants, information, or action. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. Hey, I believe I must go to the 5D. That's what, whatever religious figures. No. Hey, I want to go there. It sounds cool. It sounds fine. It sounds so much better. No, it's just not because you want it. Hey, I know all the information. I'm very awake. I took all the courses. I watched the Gaia channel. I watched Matthias Di Stefano. Sorry about that. I don't think that's going to help you very much. Hey, I do so good. I donate to the Red Cross. I donate all this money. I just gave some food to a person. So that's fine. You're supposed to do it anyway. That's not going to buy you access to something else, if you think about it. You're supposed to be like that, okay? It's not a reward punishment system. It's a morality, vibrational frequency level system, okay? If you have the morality for this earth, you're going to stay in this earth forever or for billions of years until you reach the morality level of the 5D, of the 7D, of the 8D, or many of these ascension frequency levels that, for example, in the 7D, the body is optional. In the 8D, the body is gone. So you're gonna know these realities are not gonna be anything close to Earth, by the way. So be careful what you wish for, okay? Oh my God, the NFL, the soccer, the World Cup, Is there gonna be? No. Pizza, beer, drugs, what? No. Hey, I'm gonna be a politician. I'm gonna screw everyone over because I'm corrupt, so I'm rich. No, that's not gonna work there, you see. So it has nothing to do with beliefs, wants, information, or action. It has all to do with your morality. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the show. Again, as I shared, I'm not sure if I made a good job. You are gonna be the judge of that. I hope this shifts, this creates an itch in you, this creates a curiosity in you, this is a light you decide to follow in you, because all of this you see in the screen and previously is inside you, okay? So you have no interest at all, that's perfectly fine. That doesn't make you a bad person, that doesn't make you a good person, okay? You say, hey, this is so BS, this is so too crazy for me. That's perfectly fine. Again, we put too much weight that information and beliefs and actions and wants and that are the decision makers if we're going to evolve and become good. You become good the moment you uncover your own morality and you follow it. You follow it completely, you're going to be perfectly fine. And that's following your own life, that's following your own intuition, your own inner morality compass. So I hope you enjoyed this show. If everything is okay, I shall see you back on Monday. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You're this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from touching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you'd like to appear on the show, please email me at kate@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very